Hello and welcome to another Complete Rider motorcycle review. In this episode we're going to take a look at the really hip and really cool Ducati Scrambler. So peace out man and take a trip back to the 70s with this real retro ride. And then we'll give it a review. What's a review, I hear you say? Well, we'll rev up the tacho and give it a completely 100% biased and unscientific score, just like this. It was 2015 when Ducati's retro-inspired Scrambler hit the streets. It was also the year we lost the one and only Leonard Nimoy at the age of 83. We also said goodbye to the amazing and talented 6 times Isle of Man TT winner Jeff Duke at the ripe old age of 92. We also gained Caitlyn Jenner at the age of 66. But did we actually lose Jon Snow? Mad Men came to an end after 92 episodes and spanned the fictional time frame from 1960 ending in 1970. And somewhere in the back room of the Ducati design studios in Italy, it was 1970 as well. The designers must have immersed themselves in purple flares and paisley wide-collared body shirts because they nailed the best retro bike to come out of what was a plethora of retro designs from the world's best bike manufacturers. This bike not only looks retro, but it feels retro as well. So, what's a scrambler? Well, the term harks back to the early days of dirt bike riding, where young chaps raced over bumps and small, by today's standards, jumps. They had marginally more suspension travel than their road bike equivalents of the day, slightly more aggressive tyres, wider handlebars, and generally had an exhaust system that was swept up higher for extra ground clearance. But by the mid-70s they were all but gone, replaced by the early versions of the motocross bikes we know today. And at the time, Ducati was in the thick of it with their aptly named Ducati Scrambler single-cylinder bikes. Fast forward to 2015 and Ducati released to the world their retro version of this iconic motorcycle. The modern version was available in various guises like the Icon, the Urban Enduro, the Full Throttle, and the Classic that we have here today. They all had a slightly different edge depending on what type of cool look you wanted. The one we have here today is a 2015 Classic. It sports the wire wheels, brown quilted leather look seat, brushed alloy guards minus the big plastic stone guard behind the rear tyre, and alloy tank covers with the Scrambler logo mimicking the original 70s Ducati logo. Retro styling it may be, but modern tech it has in the way of an 803cc V-twinned air-cooled engine running 2 valves per cylinder and electronic fuel injection. It makes about 75 horsepower at 8,200 RPM, with about 68 Newton meters or 50 foot-pounds of torque. Not bad for a lightweight at 176 kilograms dry weight. It's said to do the quarter mile in about 12.5 seconds, and with its 6-speed gearbox and chain drive, it's got an estimated top speed of 170 kilometers an hour or about 106 miles per hour. The suspension's pretty basic with modern looking 41mm upside down forks and a rear monoshock. It certainly ain't no race bike, and by the look of the aggressive treaded tyres, it's not made to keep up with your mates in the hills either, but you will certainly look cooler than them when you stop for coffee. Those tyres are a reasonable size though, with an 18-inch front and a larger 180/55/17 on the rear. They sit on sweet wire wheels that certainly look the part. Seat height is a low 790mm, combined with its low weight makes it so damn easy to ride. It has a 13.5 litre or 3.6 gallon fuel tank, more than enough for the urban world most of these things will live in. Brakes are fine with a single 330mm disc and radial mount 4-piston caliper up front, and the rear is a 245mm disc with ABS as standard equipment. Remember guys, if you like what you see so far, give me a like and a subscribe just to keep me motivated. The retro-looking single offset gauge takes a bit of time to get used to, but suits the look and the feel of this bike well. The basic information you need is there, with a fuel gauge being the only obvious lacking item, although this was rectified in later versions. It rides well, and I found it surprisingly nippy for a normally torquey Ducati V-twin, although this probably comes from the optional Termingoni exhaust system, cap delete and engine remapping that has been done to go with it. This bike is absolutely awesome for around town squirting, point and shoot type riding, although the bar width is sometimes a little too wide for slipping between cars easily. What's the piece de resistance? Well, this bike not only looks retro, it feels real old school to ride as well. You ride down the road and feel like Steve McQueen, shirt off, tanned and muscled up. This thing just brings a smile to your face, no doubt about it. You don't have to ride it fast or rev it hard to get your rocks off. It's simply just one of the best examples of what I love about being on a motorcycle. Give me 2 wheels and an engine and I'm happy. You don't necessarily need all the bells and whistles all the time. Wide bars, lightweight, skinny tank, nice exhaust notes. That minimalistic look and feel is a nice change from the got to have every modcon you can fit on a bike world we live in. Now that's fine sometimes, but it's also nice to get back to basics, man and machine. So let's have a listen and a quick spin on this sweet retro ride. Now it's time to give it a review. So let's start up the old Rev-O-Matic rev meter and give it a score. gave it 11 grand. I really love this bike, but I can see it has its limitations as an all-round bike. But I have to say the designers have certainly nailed their design brief with this one. And it's by far the best retro look and retro feel bike I've ridden. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think of it? I'll leave you with some final shots of this awesome retro ride that certainly has a place in every rider's shed. I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like, subscribe or comment. Your support is absolutely awesome. Thanks for watching and stay safe.